your support, your Nautilus or Blitzcrank is here looking for a hook. That's shit. Complete shit position. And the reason is that you,
As
as
AD
AD
carry,
carry,
you don't
you
really
don't
have
really have
tools.
tools.
The
The
max you
max
can
you
do
can
is
do is
maybe, I
maybe,
don't know,
I
like
don't know,
set
like
up
set
for
up for
traps or
traps or
something. You don't
something. You
really
don't
have
really have
tools to
tools.
start fights. The
The
max you
max
can
you
do
can do
is
is
stand on a
stand on a
minion and
minion
hope
and hope
you can
you can
auto-attack
auto
the
attack the
AD or
AD
like
or like
W
double
poke or
poke or
whatever.
whatever.
Or if you
Or if
play
you play
Zaya,
Rhino,
but generally speaking, 99% of the time, your support is going to be the one with the tools. He's the one that's going to be looking to trade. And your job as AD is to manage your wave and position in a way that your support can play the game well. So if you play with Nautilus, Blitzcrank, Leona, whatever, and they're walking up looking to trade, you walk up with them. If your Blitz is here, you stand close. You always want to be close enough to be able to follow in case something happens. Like, for example, if Blitz is here and you're here, what's stopping Gragas from Eing him? And they trade auto and Aphelios auto, you know? And he loses like 30-40% and you're not even in range. Like, extreme example, but like that's what happens against good players. If you miss position and you're very unsynced with your support, you're gonna get traded on, most likely. Your support's gonna get traded on. You're not gonna be able to follow. Or solo queue example, your support is gonna hook in and you're in fucking Africa and you can't do anything. Okay? It sounds like obvious, you know, but if you're not really thinking and aware of this stuff, so your positioning in this case is perfect. This is really good. Always with your support, you know. So I just want to take a look at lane. Here, small thing, but every time the first 2 or 3 waves, keep track of enemies' movement to river like this and ping the ward. He just warded this. That's fucking good info for your Viego. If you say, hey, this bush is warded, or river's warded, you know exactly where he warded, you know. Oh shit, yeah, there's comms, wait. No, I don't think you guys said anything. Yeah. But yeah, like even if it's in comms, you should still ping it. Like if you ping here, your support, I mean your jungler will see it and your support will know as well. It's easier to remember. And also, if you guys have this plan to invade, you know, obviously you should have pushed the wave and contested and not let them push like that. But if you guys have the option to invade, maybe instead of invading, your jungler can go and try bush and gank them. You know? Now that you're actually is slightly pushing to you, you can do that. But now I wanna ask you, why didn't you push for level 2 here? What was your plan for this lane? Did you want to give them push? You thought you lose, or what was your plan here? Okay. Okay. So you were scared of Kindred gank, yeah? Okay. If that's the case, then if you're scared of a jungle gank early on, so that's your reason to not play your matchup properly and like contest for level 2 and punish and stuff like that, it's okay. That's a good starting point. You're not gonna be inting, like you're not gonna die to ganks like that, but you're also not gonna be playing as aggressive as you could be. You have a ward and you could get push. There's no way Kindred level 2 ganks you guys in this matchup. Because you also gotta consider, like, it's fine to be scared of ganks if it's like Kalista Nautilus or something like that, and they can literally flash one shot you with Kindred coming, you know? But you need to be aware that Gragas, I mean, if he flashes you, you just flash away, bro. You're fine as fuck. Or if Kindred comes behind you, you just run away. You even have Ghost. There's absolutely no chance they kill you without use like they can't even get your flash without using Kindred and Gragas flash minimum. So you need to not be afraid. Like you need to be honest and like realistic with what can happen in the game. This is like being a bit too scared. Because if you guys think, oh, but Kindred can early gank, okay. If you think he can jump the pit, this ward is pretty nice. But okay, this ward is covering the pit jump, so he can't go this way, right? And he can't he's not gonna go all the way around to gank bot lane, because he wastes too much time and he's gonna be fucked in the jungle. If you guys just flash out and survive, the game is over for Kindred. So what he's gonna do is either red to bot lane, not gonna work, they have Gragas. Red Raptors Krugs from Tribush to bot lane. That's the only pathing she can do. And the reason is that she really doesn't want to be wasting time like walking all the way around and stuff. Kindred wants to farm. So if you have a ward and you have a winning matchup, even if you're afraid of the jungler, just ward here. Ward the river. And this ward will depend. Sometimes you'll put it here. Sometimes you'll put it in Tribush. That just depends on how scared you are and what kind of champ it is. So if you're against like Nautilus or something, you ward Tribush. Because by the time the jungler's here, it's too late already. Right? So Tribush is a good ward. But if you're against useless champs and you're just scared of like a potential cheese, then this ward is perfectly fine. It even covers the river. If you didn't have this ward ward here would cover Tribush and the river cheese. So that's the first step, not being like overly afraid of potential cheese. Because you also got to consider what tools they have and how much Kindred will sacrifice potentially. Now this case, like right now you should be one-shotting this wave. Your support has 2 stacks. You have AoE. You have you can literally auto the wave 4 times when Aphelios can auto it once. So these minions need to disappear ASAP. And you need to be calling right now if you were like aware that they can't cheese gank and you put a ward here. Or even like level 1, you could walk here and put it. It doesn't matter, you're strong level 1. If you have this ward, and you're like, okay, I want to push for level 2, let's look for something. Your support will be on the same page. You just say push, all in, or look for level 2. And your support walks up, takes 2 of the middies, and they need to walk away. And they need to drop these 2 middies, if you guys are pushing already, or maybe even these casters don't belong to them. Because as soon as you get level 2, you're gonna get level 2 first. So they're already pressured. Like here, you get level 2 first, even though you weren't even autoing the wave. But it's too late. They get it too now, and now there's no play, and you guys are really like you're playing like max range all the time. You know, you guys are not really playing to your matchup as aggressive as you should because of this Kindred threat that is non-existent. You know. So now okay, whatever happens early on. Now you have an opportunity where you can bounce the wave and stack. So on this wave, you guys get level 3. Your jungler is gonna be probably doing crab or looking for like dive or invade or something again, depending on how fast Kindred clears. But you guys can set up for something. So you decide again, you either want to stack or you want to keep the wave here and look for a gank. The problem with the thing you gotta consider, okay, when you're trying to freeze or hold the wave here and setting up a gank is, do you win if Kindred is here and they have a wave? Like imagine you freeze the wave here, right? Let me see what you do with the wave. You guys actually clear it, but imagine you let this wave here, and on this wave you guys freeze. Everyone's level 3. Kindred is in this bush, and Viego's like, okay, I'm coming to gank, guys. Do you guys win that?
I mean, if we hit a hook, yeah.
Okay, so that means that you can look for that.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm just asking to you know to get you into the habit of thinking about this kind of stuff. You know, just you can't. There's a lot of times where people just freeze here, and they're like, "Oh, it's free gank, come!" But enemy jungler is covering because they're not stupid, and you guys just die, and you lose 2.5 waves because it was a stacked wave. You know. Okay. So it's actually a 3v3 now. Okay, let's see. I want to see how you guys play it. So I think you could have been in minigun this whole time, by the way. Here, as soon as he gets hooked. And yeah, you can actually commit on the Aphelios. Because here, you guys are playing for the 3v3. I don't know, are you guys saying that Kindred was here? Like, can we hear?
I don't think that was called. We figured she'd be on her mark. But
Well, let
I
me
guess
see
it might.
comms. You can't hear it, but I just want to hear. Okay, yeah, you guys didn't call. So you guys should actually be expecting Kindred to be here. Because she's gonna path bot, you know. So that's a bit of a macro thing, but here, when it's a fight like this, Gragas just used all his cooldowns, and when someone's this close, just go mini gun. Because you have so many stacks, but they run out, and now this auto's fine, but now you should be switching to minigun, and you should be spacing like this, maybe even with ghost, because they don't have anything to follow on you. As soon as like you gotta consider that the thing about 3v3s in competitive is you gotta consider who they're actually gonna put their damage and focus on. Like who's gonna be dying on your team or like who they're gonna be focusing. Right here, you guys put everything in the Aphelios. So you and Gragas used all sums or like all spells on Blitz, and Kindred now also used all her spells on Blitzcrank. So there's actually absolutely no threat on you. So you can just free walk here with minigun or ghost and start spacing aggro until Aphelios either flashes away. I mean, he flashes early, but you could be in a better spot here. You could keep autoing this Gragas. You could force his flash too. Your Blitzcrank is flashing too early as well a bit. Now you guys can take this a bit more aggro. But like here, you feel like now Kindred will turn on you, right? And Gragas, like they're gonna like 1v2 you. That's how you feel probably, right?
Yeah.
But they can't. Gragas just used his full combo. He even used barrel on Blitzcrank. So Gragas is literally a training dummy right now. So if you want, if you were aware of this, you have Ghost already, you can just keep spacing up like this. With minigun, right now you would probably have 3 stacks of minigun. You can auto twice as fast. You know?
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not telling you to go, face first into these guys, but if you space a bit better here, you might have gotten 2-3 more autos or maybe even 4 if you had minigun, and you would be in a much better position, like damage wise. But anyways, it was good that that you were like in range to follow the Blitzcrank, and you guys crashed the wave in your base. You don't greet for the next one, so it's perfect. This is good macro when you buy boots call, which is correct. Obviously, whenever waves are slow pushing like this, you never really want to like trade into the wave and lose HP if you can't if you're not winning 2v2, right?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's like it's kind of hard to review competitive games because there's so much like macro right now. You can't really freeze this wave. It's not even good for you to freeze this wave, but you can hold like maybe 2 casters with your support just so this wave will be on your side, so your Blitz can look for free hooks because they can't really fight you here. So that can be a thing, and then you can stack a really big wave with these two casters holding it here. So it just really depends on what you guys want to do. So you actually look for a freeze, but because the wave is so far, you guys are losing a bit of HP. So it's not ideal. That's why if it's a bit of a like tight matchup, if it's a bit close, I always try to not like fully freeze, just hold like 2 minions instead, and just make sure the wave is on my side to not lose that much HP. But again, now, do you guys talk about flashes and trying to
Yeah.
punish them?
That's for sure. That's something I do, like heavily. If I know someone
Yeah.
has no flash, then I'm like timing it down like to the least like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so that's perfect. Because now Aphelios has no flash and you do. So
Yeah.
how your Blitz is playing here is really good, and the fact that you're walking up and you're in range to follow is really good. But again, you're on like your Viego's first. You know that Kindred. You just saw Kindred. Kindred
Yeah.
can't like. You're scared of you. of what, you know what I mean? Like, not just mechanically, just for like the positioning. It's fine to be. I think you're a bit far. You should be a bit closer to Blitz just in case, because if he hooks someone, you're gonna trap, and you want to just walk on top of them to cut off their escape path, because they can never kill you. They will never kill you here. So it's fine to space a bit in case Aphelios, does that, but stay minigun, walk closer. You also gotta consider Gragas needs to E out. If he E's in, he's dead.
Yeah.
So just like you're playing like way too, like you're even like spacing backwards here. Like you're clicking back to gain more range, but you're not under threat. This is good if you're kiting or like spacing someone or like Leona or something, because she can go on you and you're under threat. But even if Gragas flashed ED right now, there's nothing that can happen to you. You're perfectly fine. So there's no reason to space this scared. You're missing already, like you missed 3 autos here again because of not using minigun and being too far. I don't even talk about the missing W. It's just mechanical stuff. There's you know it already. There's not really point of me telling you stuff like that. It's more about your mindset, and you gotta keep track of cooldowns, and you gotta know what they can do and what options they have. You can't just expect them to always have threat on you as long as they're alive.
Yeah.
So map wise, like macro wise, you guys are playing really good overall, at least around bot lane. Now you're gonna try to crash this wave. Did it actually crash? Oh yeah, you guys one shot it. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. By the way, I don't actually like berserkers on Jinx early on.
I think I usually don't, but I think it's something I only did because I felt like it kind of goes back to the spacing thing, right? Like I feel like they have a lot of run at me, and if I don't really have ghost, then I'm kind of like I'm pretty slow to actually like get away from them, right? So
Yeah. No, I'm just, as long as in general you don't really build it, because the thing with Jinx is you have such insane AD scalings on your W and this, and you already have so much attack speed from your Q, so you really want to be building like Noonquiver or Pickaxe or some sort of
I
AD
usually go
early
for the
on.
pickaxe option just because, like, say it's like
Yeah.
if you actually think about the value of stats when you actually get like pickaxe and double long, you're pretty
Yeah.
much, and if you have boots, right, you're trading that amount. You get it. So
Yeah.
but this is just
So
a case where I just wanted to basically not really have to deal with if I am getting ganked, then I don't have to
yeah.
like fully rely on like
Yeah,
using ghost
it's
or
to
something.
deny gank potential. So it's good as long as you have a thought process in building it. So what I want to talk about is on Herald phase as AD carry, the stuff you need to be thinking about is well, it kind of depends on what your team wants to do. Okay, so in this case, you're losing 1v1, right? Well, not really. He's
Oh, well,
6,
true,
but you're
not
gonna
really.
get
It's
6 of
about
them.
spacing, but it's like truthfully, if he has like ghosts and stuff, he can actually, if I'm not
Yeah,
careful, like he can pretty much kill me. Like that's how I died most of the first game versus my matchup.
yeah. So he does.
So.
He can run you down for sure. He has good weapons to fight you, but the thing is that I don't think his flash is up yet from the last fight, but it might not be up. But you
It's
have
not
ghost
up,
as well. You have flash. It's not up.
Yeah, it's not up. It's not.
Yeah. So if he doesn't have flash, especially when you play range advantage matchup like this, you should be always looking to hit some pot shots on this guy, especially when it's Herald timer, and you see that your whole team is gonna, like, your whole team plus enemy team is gonna be on Herald. So you're literally 1v1 on bot lane. And when you're in this kind of 1v1s, specifically like Jinx versus, Xayah or Aphelios without the green weapon, he's never gonna have green weapon at this point. So like Xayah, Aphelios, maybe even Zeri, it sometimes depends, but you need to be careful, Zeri, because this champ is broken in 1v1. You want to, your job in the 1v1 is to, if you're ahead, to actually not let him move. Or keep him in lane, and you can actually like get plates. If you're winning the 1v1 hard enough, you can actually get plates against Aphelios. Yeah, he has Ghost, but you also have Ghost. So
No,
you're
I
just wrong.
think my job here was because it's got like related, but I also knew so like you pretty much just don't want to like move from Aphelios because he'll just take your tower, right? Like he
Yeah,
wants to be the
exactly.
ones getting played, so I know he doesn't want to
Yeah.
move, and it's just much more worth it if he stays. So I try to do stuff like this, like throw autos. Obviously play around the blue gun just because it definitely outranges me in that aspect.
Yeah. If you get AoE'd by it a couple times, it's not good, you know. But you can I mean, I don't know if you had an opportunity maybe here. You
I
see
think I
Gragas
had it
top.
initially. I could have
So
W'd and I could have spaced with that. Yeah.
yeah, so here I think you have the chance to actually play for the wave. Even though he's 6, you can after this ward. The thing is that when you see enemy support here, you gotta expect that Kindred is gonna be topside too. There's no reason for Kindred to be alone on bot, like doing camps or looking for a play on you. That's really bad for Kindred, especially when it's Herald time. Wherever the support is during Herald, generally speaking, that's where Kindred's gonna be too. Like you see, because jungle and support always play together. So now you know that you're 1v1, so you can actually space this guy. You don't need to be so scared here. Yeah, he's 6, but his 6 is irrelevant if you can just run from him. You have Ghost as well. I think here you can look to space him, you know, just play on your range. When you're level 5 and he doesn't have green weapon, you outrange him by I think like a decent enough range that you can space him. And that's the only opening you had. I think here you're playing good by dodging the thing, the AoE, and you just play to one-shot this wave ASAP, so you can walk up and play for the next wave. Because you're right now there's a wave on bot lane, and like you said, Aphelios wants to get plates and he doesn't want to move, which is correct. But when you're playing Jinx into Aphelios, you actually win the 1v1 as long as you have even stuff, as long with your range advantage. So if you can stay bot and pressure him or force him to stay bot, it's perfect because you don't really want to move because he's gonna get plates, and already it's way too late for you to move. The play is already over. Like now, your job is you just stay bot here. There's no play. Like it's 9 minutes. Your team just fought and stuff. There's there's just nothing for you to do here. There's no universe where you can like go there and actually impact the fight. You know, so you should be looking to snipe with ult, but that's it. Right now you could be on this wave, still contesting the Aphelios with your Q, even if you can get shurikens and stuff, but still you're not giving him full freedom, you know? So you're looking for ult is fine, but you can be... I mean, now he has red weapon, so I guess you lose, but yeah. You can at least look to... He can get the plate here, by the way, because now he has red weapon, he doesn't need to be afraid of it. He could have got the plate. So just being a bit more aggressive on your 1v1. And not looking to move when the play is already over, you know. That makes sense, or you don't agree with it?
Yeah, no, it does, it does. Yeah. It's just it's definitely I think it like says just me considering how the first game went versus matchup. I didn't want to like ego or like even potentially mess up something, but yeah, I know what you mean.
So you're like playing really like as safe as you can, kinda, just to not like
Kind of
end
like
up.
that, yeah. Kind of like so I definitely know. Like I know for future matches I'll be fine because like so I kind of understand the gist of what's going on. Because like these are like anything past this point is all my first. Like I've never actually been at competition like this basically. So
Yeah,
I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I kind
this
of
was
like I
your
said, I just noticed it like
first thing.
yeah. So like I have played in this like the collegiate smaller part, but I've never played nationals for it.
Okay,
So, and it's like my first time being on
that's
like
right.
actually a good team and whatnot. So it's like, opportunities and stuff. Like, I didn't really have them like in the past until recently,
Okay.
like this year. So
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with having nerfs for your first like kind of bigger tournament, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's it's mostly gonna be like team fighting in mid game because there's not much laning, especially when you play with a Blitzcrank. It's just 1v1, and now I think. See, the problem with boots is you delay
mythic. Yeah,
your mythic by 800. So I mean, he went boots as well, but if he didn't go boots, you guys you would have your item right
yeah. He
now,
would have
Kraken
Gale
or
Force,
yeah,
or
and he would have Gale first. So I would say boots is only really necessary if you play against like Karma Ezreal
Yeah,
or
if you need like
you really
skill
want to
buffs and
dodge
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I
But yeah,
think
that's
here it makes up for it with the fact I went Cole, because with Cole I was telling him like, yo, I have 4 seconds on my Cole, I just need a base, because I knew I was gonna get a bigger spike on, which is why I was much stronger than him. Like at this
yeah.
point.
No, here is correct for you to stay and base. But now I think let's see what you do. So you come back with Kraken, you're pinging plays, you're strong, so it's good. Whenever you have spikes like this, I'm not checking comms because it's gonna take like it's hard for me to tell from the voices and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm saying
But
that
as
yeah,
long as
we can play tower here because
yeah, so as long as you're calling that you're strong, guys, I'm spiked, and you're looking at enemy spikes and stuff like we talked about, it's really good. That's kind of your job. Your job is AD, bro. Mid game, like overall in the game, is tell your team what items, like if you're spiking or not, or and look at enemy items and decide. Second is which mid wave, like if you need people on mid waves later on, I'll talk more about it when we get to the stage where you're on mid lane. So if you're gonna contest mid wave or not, or if you need people. And the third one is how to team fight. Like if you want your team to, like if for example you don't have flash, you say, guys, I don't have flash, I need to play super safe, yada yada. But overall, just like the general gist of the team fight, guys, we have pick comp, look for Blitzcrank hook or any stuns only. Don't try to flank, don't chase in, play with me, give us resets with Viego. That's how we play, So that's your job. And all you need to be thinking about is mid waves and how you want to be playing the fights and like kind of imagining them. So you guys do correct macro here. They're trolling. They give you T2 for fun.
Yeah, we agree that they're just trolling for some
So yeah,
reason.
now it's like now you see that this mid wave is yours, and you guys are playing for Drake. So you don't even need people see. You don't even need people on mid lane here. You just say like, here Viego's good. It's good that Viego's here because you guys didn't know if they can be here. But as soon as you see that the wave is like it's yours already, it's what's the fucking word? It's what's sorry?
Like Dendao party, like something low.
Yeah. Once secured. Sorry, bro, my fucking English today. Once the wave is secured, you say, okay, I'm good. I don't need people, Or you can just say, okay, we got it, Just so people know, like Blitzcrank, Annie, and stuff, they don't just walk to mid lane for fun,
Yeah.
And also when it's stuff like this, I mean, it was actually okay for you to hit mid tower here, just because they were kind of on off tempo. So now I want to see the team fighting stage. So I wanna ask you about your. I just want to wait for you to press tab.
I think this first team fight's about to happen. Well, at this dragon.
Yeah, it's here. So I'm just waiting for you to press tab so I can fucking look at the champs they have. Man.
Sorry.
No, it's bro. It's my bad actually. Okay, we got one here. There's one more here. I know it.
Yeah, it's more like
okay. So you're when you press tab like this and you guys are about to fight, even before, by the way, you see this that Aphelios doesn't have an item, and you're like literally half an item ahead of him. You say, guys, I'm really fucking strong. Play with me. You have to give your team confidence to play with you, and you also gotta say what you want from them. Like this game, like I said, you want like, guys, just play for hooks or just play for pick. We don't want to chase or like you just play for pick. Always like S5. Play for resets. That's what you should be saying. And you always want your team to know when you're strong, because that makes it more likely that they play with you. And you also gotta consider that they have mythics too on top side, but your team has mythics too. Your top lane is actually ahead somehow, and like a full item ahead. So you guys are so fucking strong.
Wait, how did he have a Sunfire?
I don't fucking know, bro. He got plates or something. I don't know, man. He's just that good. But for real, like, you need to be the one giving confidence to your team. Obviously being realistic, but like giving confidence to your team when you're actually in a winning position. Okay? So that's kind of your job. But I want to ask you now, how do you decide what you want to do in team fights as yourself? Not as a team, but as yourself. Like, what do you think about when it gets to mid-late game?
Alright, so I will say it's now, but it's pretty much the most simple, like front to back. I'm more aware of obviously Gragas, I guess ulti Bomba where people insect
Yeah.
Garen, but the biggest thing, well, Galio and Garen flank, but Galio's really going to be mainly looking to ult on top of people, so it's really like Garen flank because Garen can one shot.
Yeah.
So I'm mainly worried about marking Garen, which is why I'm like constantly asking, "Yo, Mark, where's Garen?" etc.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so that's really good. That's the basis of
front to
team
back,
fight
get
planning.
resets for Jinx and Viego, and then we just hard fight after. And like,
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking at the threats potential of the enemy, maybe even like flash. The thing you're not considering is like flash of Galio with Everfrost or W, for example. But yeah, overall you have it down. So when you identify these threats, you already said that you're calling and you're thinking about how to deal with them. So in competitive, like in solo queue, you just make a plan for yourself. But in competitive, you can actually tell people what to do. Like you said, you can say, you know, to Xante that all he needs to do is mark the Garen flank, or make sure that Garen doesn't get on top of you to peel you. So you can just say like, you know, guys, play for pick, or just one shot whoever we can pick. And you know, make sure Garen doesn't get on top of me, for example. You can say something like that. You don't want to clutter comps, so you want to keep it short, but it needs to have the bit of detail there. So it's good. So you're thinking about the win condition. That's the thought process. So I was gonna say, you identify the threats on the enemy, and you figure out ways to deal with it, whether it's your team or yourself. And the other thing that I want you to be aware of is your own flash. So there's gonna be a lot of times as you play more and more competitive, more and more scrims. First of all, you should never be using your flash for single kills unless it's like 1k shutdown. It's gonna get you Baron or Elder or something, or it's like super early game. If it's early laning and stuff, you can use your flash for kills because usually that snowballs a lot. But as soon as it gets like 10-15 minutes, your flash cannot be used unless it's like a big fight, and you're like outplaying people, or like playing for team fights with your flash. Because if you don't have your flash, especially in the meta right now, you're literally half the champ. So I don't think I think you're like overall, because you're playing like a bit more scared than usual. I don't think you have this issue, but I want you to be aware of it. Okay.
yeah.
To be super aware of your flash, and if it is down, and for example, this Drake is coming up and it's a bit iffy, but you don't have flash, and like, I don't know, Gragas has flash, this guy has flash, you know, it's a bit rough. You need to voice that. You need to say, guys, I don't have flash, it's hard for me to fight. And then you guys can decide whether you want to fight, or you can cross map, or you just drop, or you fight but you play super safe, you know. But you need to say it. Your flash is really, really important.
I think later you'll see me with my flash. It's pretty much like a last fight though, because I was like, actually it's really two fights. One went bad, the other one good.
Yeah. So the only other thing I want you to be thinking about for team fights is there's gonna be times, since it's competitive, it's a bit easier, but especially in solo queue and sometimes competitive, people split a lot. Like, there will be people flanking, going from 10 different angles for no fucking reason. Your job as AD is to play with the players, or with the champs that actually help you, like tools. Blitz is a good tool for you because he can set you up. Viego is a good tool for you because they kind of need you to do damage for them, but they can also peel you. And the other good tool is Xante. Xante is kind of the main peeling tool for you. So you never want to be really like doing your own thing, or being on the wrong side of the fight. So if you have like an Akali or a Kennen and he's flanking, you really don't want to be joining him. You want to be in the 4-man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you always want to try and stick together, or stick in a group with your team. So that's what you're talking about, the fucking Garen flank, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
We weren't really able to mark him because they were on Galio, and then he flashed out.
He flashed out and ulted in, or what?
Yeah, he flashed over the wall. So you see it fighting him right now. He flashes over the wall, and then he ults.
Oh shit.
He ults on top of Garen.
That's why. Okay. But it's fine. You react. I think Garen trolls, but you react really well with your flash.
Yeah, he trolls with his E, thankfully. And then now I know. Here, I know I played safe because I didn't know Galio flashed. I later looked at the recall and saw he flashed, but no one really told me that I figured Galio. I thought Galio had flashed this entire time.
Okay. Yeah. If Galio flashes on you, you might be in trouble.
No,
I
for
think.
sure, dude. That's a given.
Yeah. No, this spacing is good in that case. Now he uses W, and now you walk up is actually good, and using rocket here is correct. I'm just not sure about target selection. Whenever you can hit, like here, you could be hitting Kindred instead of Garen. You know.
Yeah, that's valid. No, that's valid.
And you space a bit.
Yeah, I spaced a bit out. I
Like
think
here,
because
look.
the call was like play like really slow because our support was disconnected. So he was walking around our top laner. I don't know how he got over that wall, but he's over the wall right now.
He ulted,
So,
yeah.
well, no, it's also on cooldown. I mean, it's also up. Wait, actually, I don't know because not the way it works.
Yeah, he ulted, yeah. But so regardless of what your team is saying and doing, you should always like. I had this issue as well where my team would be saying go 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 go, and I would like brain dead walk up, run in with them, and lose my flash or die for a kill or something when it wasn't good for me, or it's not the correct call for me. Maybe for them it's good to play slow, and for Viego because they just use their cooldowns. But for you right now, it's actually your time to hit. So you don't need to listen to them. You can take it into account. You can be aware that they're a bit zoned and you need to play a bit slow. But if your team is saying run or play slow, it doesn't mean you need to change how you play completely or like play too safe or too aggressive. You still need to just do your own thing. Like you're an AD carry, you just play the fight as you should. So now it's good to auto. Now it's good to look. But you can space. You see Aphelios is out. Galio just used full combo. Garen just used flash. Right now, even without like rocket, you can even go fucking minigun if you want and sit and hit this Kindred to death. They can't do anything. Aphelios is out. Like these guys are legit out. And you kind of have Annie here to help you whenever her cooldowns come up. And you know that you out DPS Kindred because you have 6 stacks. You can actually hit here. You don't need to run like this. You can be here.
Yeah.
And you had the chance. You could maybe, if he plays super aggro here, like I'll show you when. Like here, this is fine. This is good. This is good. Now is the time for you to start hitting this guy. Either minigun or rocket, whatever. You don't even need to space him. Because you have Annie with you and these guys can't follow. You can just W ult, forces ult or whatever. And it's good because you will not die for sure. You out damage him for sure. So let's see what the rest of the fight looks like. So overall a bit too safe. I understand the Galio flash. That's really good that you thought about it, but oh shit! Now Aphelios full HP again. Balance champ.
Which is unfortunate.
But okay, you switched to minigun here. Good fucking shit. Okay. Honestly, pretty well played. The only thing is the taunt, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And could you do something? I think you could. I think if you're a really faker, you could keep track of Annie's stun here. And as soon as Kindred does this, now you ult. W ult or just ult. Because you should know how much damage Annie does. Yeah. And that she will stun. So yeah, if you're a really faker, you ult here and you pentakill this guy. But yeah, good.
No,
this is
it's actually
spacing.
a habit that I told myself. Like I don't know why I don't. I'm like one of the. I would say like I see other Jinx players do it often, but I don't know why I don't just throw my ulti for like the actual damage aspect, not really like trying to actually just play like the execute. Like cause it literally happens in next fight. You'll see it's literally the same situation, but I didn't ult. It's one more top lane.
Yeah. So that's just like it's fine to look for the
this
execute,
fight. They're trolling. They're trolling so hard this fight.
Alright, let's see. So you have Hurricane. You want Hurricane? I think it's perfect buy this game.
Yeah.
Like legit perfect buy.
3 melees, and they group up because Kindred ult.
I think again it's a bit too safe. I would say it's fine to space, but you can space a bit more aggro, like tiny bit more aggro, and like. Wait, I wanna. It's going so far back, this fucking replay thing. But yeah, I just wanna see. Because overall, this game, you're farming good. So there's not much to talk about farming. Laning wise, I went through it, but like I said, not much laning because of Blitzcrank champ. But I just went through the concepts. But like team fighting wise, do you look at minimap and where your teammates are when you're fighting?
Not in the middle of the fight now.
Okay.
Like,
So
unless
that
there's
can
like a
be...
member, like a threat. Like, if it's a threat, then yeah, I'm looking for that. But if it's my teammates, not exactly, no.
Yeah, so that's like, I think that's a step up for your team fighting positioning, to know what kind of position your team has. Because right now, if you're not aware that Viego is on flank like this, it's fine to play like this. It's okay. You could still play a bit more up, but as soon as you see that they committed some spells to chase, you're in a perfect spot, you have traps to zone them, and you have Viego plus Xante eventually joining. So it's not like you look at minimap and you're autoing in peripheral vision. You just, like, in downtime. So like here, I'll show you when exactly you can look at minimap. In split fights like this, like now is fine, now is fine. Now you should be aware of Viego position. Like right now when you're casting W, or just before you end up here, you should be aware that Xant is coming and Viego's is on a different angle. And that will make you do like position a bit differently. For example, this case maybe. But overall, in some games, it will allow you to be like, oh shit, if I keep chasing, my Viego's gonna catch some of them, or we're gonna get reset, or, you know, Xante's on flank, stuff like that. So you just check for like a millisecond, you know? You just look for like literally a millisecond in any downtime, like using a spell or just waiting for a chance to auto. Like any downtime you can get, try to look at minimap if you don't see your whole team here, you know? But yeah, here when you use traps like this, you can actually space in the bush and look for Gragas instead of thinking, like, because it's good that you're hitting max range, but you could be hitting Gragas, and Gragas is much easier to kill. Like he's actually a better target for you. So target selection wise, you could maybe hit Gragas a bit more than this, and you can AoE. The thing is that you're spacing really well. You're just spacing too much, like too safe, at least for this set so far. Like mechanics wise, like spacing and everything, and being aware of cooldowns, you're doing good. Just a bit on the safer side, but like you said, it was you know, it was a bit of nerves, but yeah. So right now it could be go ahead.
I was gonna say, so yeah, this is the thing I was telling you earlier about the ult thing, and
okay, so it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah,
there's a fight. There's actually also the other fight about. I'm saying that. So I know my flash is Garen's flash, and this is like voice and stuff, whatnot. But I think if I played for that ult and gotten a reset, then I wouldn't actually be like die. Plus, we actually most likely win the fight because I have reset. Viego's nearby as well, so I think he would get reset on Gragas, and then we just hard win the 4v5.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it, but I just wanted to tell you that when you're in a spot like this, you have flash coming up soon. It's like Baron push or Drake or whatever. You just say you need to let your team know that your flash is down, and not just the info, but say like play a bit slower or like play a bit safer or play slower. Wait, at least like you can even say wait for my flash before we fight because you still have Baron. You know, it just depends on the state of the game, but you really need to voice it. Like it needs to be in comms every time you have it up soon, or you don't have it down for the fight, and you know Gragas has flash and stuff. You're like, oh shit, guys, I don't have flash. Play really slow. So let's see. When is it? When is the thing? Is here? Yeah, here. I think. Let me see the fight.
I should have since ulted.
You can ult. You can double. You can even auto, bro. You have so many options. Like here, if you ulted him once, he's dead. If you ulted him, he's dead. But you realize too late. So I guess Jinx specific. If you have a comp that is pick, so you have Syndra, Annie, Viego, Nautilus, I don't know, Leona, Blitz, whatever. Your ult is really fucking good follow up, even if you don't kill them. Like as soon as you see your Nautilus hook someone, like even if it's on mid lane and you're like far, or it's in a fight and you're like just joining the fight, if you see that someone's gonna be CC'd for a while, they're gonna go maybe a bit low, even if you don't kill them, it's still fucking good follow up to just ult, because you're not gonna get a better ult 99% of the time, you know. So it's good that you're spacing, but you pop your goals way too late, by the way. And it's just like it's kind of macro diff here, because you guys they're 5 or 4 top and they're looking to fight. So this stun is good. This is fine. But yeah, if you guys don't kill this guy one shot, which I think that's what he expected you guys to do, it's rough because Xanta's mid. You guys should really not be taking this fight. But honestly, if you ghost earlier or play this fight better, it's really fucking good. Like here, you gotta reset. You guys run. You have ghost. You don't stop to ult like this. You would be already like here maybe together with your team, and you wouldn't get slowed by Garen, and you would actually. Like imagine right now, you weren't slowed. You could kite the fuck out of this Garen. He's fast as fuck, but still, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, can you even kite him?
Oh no, I think the second he gets his face.
Actually, you're fucking dead, bro. He even missed.
Yeah, no, he ran through the
here.
glacial, and that's when I knew I was like, yeah, I'm just dead.
I think then
Like-
in that case, it's just your
no, I
traps
think
then,
I think if I one shot Gragas, I think the move speed from the reset actually gets me
Yeah.
out. That's the only way.
Yeah, that is just here ulting instead of trapping. You ult and you save traps. That's the perfect thing. But it's a really small thing. You could ghost a bit earlier too, but I mean you're most likely dead here. There's no fucking way. But spacing like this to your team is really fucking good. Like you're spacing good according to your team in fights. You're just a bit too safe sometimes overall. But like, let me see. So you check Drake. You're cheating. You have Aino. I hope you're screaming in comms that you have third item.
Yeah, no. This is called like I'm saying like I'm still super strong. It's just I just need to live from. I'm telling them. So here's when I don't know why it was so late, but like we're like, yo, we just need to have Cassante ult Garen out fights. Which, yeah, I guess that's really something that we need to start discussing like in draft. I almost thought it was like noted, but apparently it's not. Not blaming them. It's just I think it's actually on my part anyway.
Yeah, you should be calling kind of how to fight and stuff. So now, I mean, it's not really something you can do. It's more like your team needs to be aware that this jungle is not yours. So what you need to do is you need to go through mid.
No, I actually
together
don't
with
know why
Xanta.
I don't know why he went that way. So I
But
think
also
he
why,
bathroom.
like Xanta needs to come mid on this wave. By the way,
He
right
froze
now.
with like. So we knew they were very active. Did we see Garen's like, yeah, there's 5 up here. So he was just like, okay, I can push.
I mean, you can push one more actually. Yeah, this is fine.
That's why he's saying he's gonna push one more, then he's gonna rotate. Which is like everyone agreed. We knew they were there. That's why it's really awkward that we died because we weren't really supposed to.
It's just the pathing. Like Annie just
escaped the wrong way. Just what happened.
Okay.
Like he had no reason to walk that way.
I mean, there's not. There's no.
This is the play because we're
why is
for
Xanta split? Yes, TP. Okay, so
yeah,
let's see what's happening here.
Yeah. So we're saying we can stall for any TP, so that's where we walk up.
Yeah, but why Annie TP? Annie's no ult. You don't even. I mean, let's see. So you're a bit far. You're scared of Garen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. And then homie comes out of the cut.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that looks pretty interactive, bro. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
What is that, bro? The fuck?
I actually thought about like, do you think Nimbus Cloak is bad into this type of comp?
No, don't go Nimbus Cloak. But like,
why is like they need buff Nimbus Cloak? Just for ADCs, just for range, you know what I mean? But
yeah, they should. But like,
I don't even know how did he come out of the.
I think your Blitz shouldn't even. I don't know, man. Like Viego needs to be with you guys, but I guess he's looking to smite. But you guys have I think your Viego's trolling here. But Garen is so fucking I don't even know what to do here, bro. It's not even your fault.
I mean, that's the thing. So I kited inward so Blitzcrank gets the E, and then I thought like I just hope for the best I can run away. He told me I'd hook in 2, so I just had that's all I could play for.
Did he flash?
No, he ghosted immediately out of the bush.
Yeah. And then he will flash after you. Okay, so you flash. You try to kite
inward, so he gets the E. And
yeah.
Yeah. And then he says he has hook in 2, yeah. So.
Oh, he doesn't have flash maybe the Garen. That's why.
Yeah, he flashed to me initially.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he ghosted and he flashed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Okay, then in that case, I will just say flash over the wall. and
No,
you play here.
I think I'm for sure dead if I flash her wall. There is no chance.
Is it?
Yeah, because Gragas, their whole team's gonna catch me.
Oh yeah. Wait.
That's why I ran away. Like the only thing I can do is just hope for the best of my Blitzcrank as hook again. So I kite into him so he gets the E. So I kite slightly
Yeah.
in.
No, I'm just thinking where where you can position so Viego can help you as well. But this guy like he
No,
literally Viego flashed to stun him. I don't know, like this. I guess is the best he can do. I don't know, bro. I've never played against Garen, so
yeah,
I mean I have, but
man,
not fucking that fast. So
it's the best spooky. But Annie comes in. See the Annie TP.
yeah, I mean it's fine for you guys to stall. I just thought that you guys like this trio plus Xanta TP can actually like pentakill them here because this is really a rough spot for them. But
even for 4v5.
Garen, yeah, 45 you can. No, it's I mean even the Galio TP and stuff.
Galio's gonna match TP, right?
Yeah, it's worth it for you guys to play a bit slow because Xante can't really get anything here. He pushes too slow, maybe like turret max, but it's irrelevant. So I thought it's better for you guys for Xante to TP early, and he can actually peel you from Garen. So even if Galio TPs or something, they will not do Baron for sure, and you guys will be on time for Annie. But that's the only thing I saw. Like honestly, bro, I really didn't think that Garen could be this like this much pressure, this much pressure on you.
It's just a whack Asante counter that actually makes him viable. Cringe champ.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see the next fight.
So yeah, this is the fight I was telling you how like I'm playing completely without the flash aspect. So I know Galio has flash. I'm just waiting the entire time.
I want to see if you can.
And like here, I told myself, dude, don't get baited by what these guys like. Moving on that wall was so grief in my point of view. That's why it's like I don't even know why they did it. But I didn't let myself get baited. I immediately turned.
Yeah,
That's
your positioning is good. Now you have like, yeah, one auto, maybe another one potentially, because Garen used cooldowns already.
I know. I mean, I'm still worried about because Galio has Nimbus Cloak flash for sure. Like
yeah,
that's why
I'm just thinking like, if he flashes on you right now, like, who can kill you? You know what I mean? You also got to think about follow up because Garen just used his Q and the thing, and Aphelios is here. Gragas, Gragas is here. I'm not sure, like if you're actually under threat. It's fine to play it safe, but yeah, I think the main thing that you can be looking out for is just cooldowns and follow up.
I try to auto over this wall. Are you sure they don't just run through?
I think so. I
no,
think
because I would have to walk. I still would have to walk up just a little bit.
I think you can maybe keep.
I can see he's like, and now I see this, and it's like, yeah, now it's free.
I think Gragas still has ult.
No, Gragas used ult. He used ult initially at the start of the fight at this wall.
Here?
Yeah, I know Gragas. I'm not worried about the
Gragas. Then you can auto for sure. You can auto for sure. I thought maybe if you get taunted into Gragas ult, you die, but no, here you can keep ulting, bro. Here for sure you can keep ulting. Because really? Garen just used silence, and you have so much range.
Even if Galio W's like W flash, nothing happens.
No, for sure not. Because like
you know, what I mean, yeah, flash W. Yeah.
You gotta consider Xante's here, Viego's here, and like if Galio goes on you like this, he doesn't have follow up really. Like Garen might run, but you have. I'm not sure. I think.
I don't know. I mean, that guy's ult's not kind of balanced. I'm not even gonna lie. But I know what you mean. Like, it's just one of the things I know in a situation like this can be good if I just play it slow, and then I guess we do flip a hook technically, right? But then now I'm just like go full forward, right?
I'm just trying to find ways to see if you can play a bit more aggro, because
honestly,
it's not bad. It's not bad to play it on the safe side. Like you're gonna be more consistent, and you're not gonna like lose your team games. But sometimes all these like for example like not spacing up more and stuff like that is gonna not win you games, you know, like when you had the chance to carry, you might lose the game after, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. That's something.
But overall, I think your spacing is really good. I think your awareness of cooldowns and like looking at them is really good. Just a bit on the safe side, I would say. But yeah, I think overall that's as much as I can get from the game, like gameplay wise, and comms wise already went through to like call stuff. And yeah, just mainly laning, but this lane was so fucking Gragas versus Blitzcrank is like the most dead lane ever, you know. There's like not really much that can happen, you know. Blitzcrank hooks, this guy ease out or something, and you guys didn't even lane that much. You had a 3v3 that you could auto a bit more, but yeah. I think overall that's as much as I can get from from this game. What do you think? You have like any questions about this game specifically, or like decisions or something that you wanted to talk about?
Give me just 30 seconds. I have a phone call from the dentist.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow could work. All right, thank you. That'll be fun. All right, bye. All right, back. Sorry.
That's all right.
I heard most of your stuff you saying before you asked me the question. I just wasn't able to respond.
Okay.
But you're asking if there was anything else I want to really
Yeah,
talk
like
about
from this game or
game.
overall, like mindset or out of the game or this game or focus, scrim, solo queue, something like anything.
I think, yeah, I just say probably the biggest thing was maybe a bit more on like just the early lane was probably the main focal point. I feel like team fights, and also yeah, just being aware of where my team fights, my not team fights, my teammates are and like middle of the fight,
Yeah.
is a big thing. But I say yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I like that. I think this replay is a bit more. It's less to really see on how I would normally play it like individually because obviously it's not like solo queue or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just me trying to make as little mistakes as possible because games like this people can capitalize pretty quickly, right? If they see it.
Yeah. So you're playing on the safe side more,
Yeah.
But you played really good, I think. This game. Just some stuff you could be a bit more aggressive, and yeah. I mean, it will really just depend on comms, but yeah, you're implementing the stuff that I told you about. It's just more whenever you're spiking and stuff to let your team know, and more of talking exactly what you want from your team in fights and stuff, and keeping track of your flash, I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I can get a bit more if it was more of a like a standard lane in bot lane, or if it's like a range matchup just to see how you guys trade, how you're positioning, how you play around like cooldowns and stuff. Because this lane is a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I
dead.
know we played a Jinx Thrush matchup the game before and two Zeri Karma, so I guess that would be more standard normally, but
yeah, just a bit more action just to see what kind of decisions you're making. But I think it was still a good game to see about just like overall the vibe and like if there's any flaws in your gameplay. But yeah, honestly, I think you're playing good. Just need to be slightly more aggressive, like I said, in some situations.
So I think we have something Friday with you that our coach brought up.
Friday, I don't think I can do, but it will. I'll try and figure out something because my girlfriend's here for the week. So I'll probably be just doing a lot of IRL stuff, but I think I should be fine squeezing in one session with you guys, just because it's like your next games is next weekend, right?
Yeah, it's next Saturday, which is weird.
Yeah, so it would be pretty useful for you guys to have another session if you want. What did you think of it? By the way,
I think it was good. I think as much as because I know I've kind of been in the rut about solo queue, like just how my actual solo queue's been going, and as much as I want to do a solo queue VOD, I kind of don't just because I know I kind of talked to my coach. It's on something where it's like it's probably best to just focus on the competitive aspect as much as possible because like truthfully I play much better in these type of games. Other ADC mains like will give me the credit that's like, and like these are like challenger ADC mains, like these guys have been 1200 1300 LP for like seasons, and like they can definitely see like I'm not just a Masters ADC player, I definitely play above the rank and whatnot, and nowadays with this LP inflation I'm playing better than like most challenger ADCs, but it's just like as much as I that obviously I appreciate the compliments, it does kind of feel a bit bad when you don't really have the LP because most of the LP kind of for NA rather most
you
likely
really
is
need
how
it
you get
for
offers,
sure. No, for EU as well. If you want to get like if your plan is to get ahead in competitive, get a team, academy, NALCS stuff like this, you really need to get the LP.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
honestly, I think you play good. I would like to see a solo queue VOD if you want to focus on that, but you have games and stuff right now, so it's entirely up to you. Or if you don't want any coaching at all, I'm fine with it, But for solo queue specifically, it's a bit of a different game, and every game there's gonna be stuff that you have to make decisions on. So it's not gonna be like this competitive game where you're farming, farming, farming. Your teammate does something, you follow. Farming, farming, farming. Your team does something, you follow. In solo queue, it's gonna be a lot more of individual decisions where you see enemy support moving mid lane, and you're like, oh shit, can I do something here? What should I do here? 1v1. If you see enemy AD carry move to a fight, am I gonna follow? Should I stay bot lane? Should I drop this wave? There's a lot more decision making, like individually in solo queue than there is in competitive, for sure.
No, it makes sense. Let me
But yeah, man,
think.
I think that's about it. I'll send you like a kind of like a list of notes for this session, just so you can keep it in the chat and read through them if you want. But honestly, there's I'm actually surprised. I thought there would be more more stuff, but yeah, there's not much to really like improve on like hugely. It's just small stuff, At least from that game. Maybe some other games there is different, Maybe it was just like a really really easy game for you. So yeah, but yeah, man. I hope you got something from it. At least I hope it wasn't like completely useless for you or something like that.
Let me think. Okay, because I actually, like I said, I think I wouldn't actually. I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt. It's like I actually do want to see, because like I said, I don't actually usually get like solo queue coaching and stuff like that. So I'm assuming you're busy for the rest of the day now, right?
Yeah, I don't have any. I mean, I don't have anything booked right now. I'm free, but I don't really have plans.
Hey, do you think I can just pay you for a continuing VOD for like a solo queue VOD
Another solo
instead?
queue game?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
not really
yeah,
another,
we
but
can do that right now if you want. Yeah, I'm up for it. I don't have anything to do. I was just gonna like
do
play
you know how
solo
much it
queue
is?
stream or whatever. Yeah, it's the same. It's
Okay.
35 if that's all right with you.
Yeah, it is.
And then we can do another hour. That would, or like even a bit more, because I usually always go over an hour. So
So I would say the games I had were just through my stream though, so I'll just link you the VOD from that.
yeah, and you tell me which game, and it's preferably should be a non-stomp game either way.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is like the issue unironically is more prominent in the game that looks like a stomp, which is why
Also, yeah, so the
yeah, that's the
issue where
thing. It's like
you're stomping,
technically
but
it would look like a stomp on paper, but I'm not actually stomping, if that makes sense. Which is why the
I
issue is
see.
more prominent in
Okay.
situations like that. Let me look at this other game. How did we even lose this game? Because this game was also like kind of free as well.
It's just any game where you were ahead and you felt like you didn't push your lead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly look at. Okay, now I remember what happened. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna link you from this part at the start of it. Do you want like to start with like champ select and everything, or just like the actual
Nah,
game?
no
Okay.
need.
Let me end this recording.